Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very scuffed stream. Yeah, I'm actually still in Vancouver, not even back in Seattle yet, just streaming from my hotel room in Vancouver. We were supposed to be back in Seattle tonight, but since we missed out a lot yesterday, being stuck in the border for quite a few hours, we figured we'd stay another night. So here we are. Yeah, I guess like my wizard hat is kind of like a night hat. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Let's see who's on tonight. I see Zark. I see Blue Luster. I see Helpingly, Jeremy 57, and Billy 071194. Thanks for joining in, guys. I'm just running the stream off my laptop, so hopefully it doesn't overheat. But the funny thing is, this hotel has 100 up and 100 down, which is much faster than my home connection. So I figured, might as well do a quick stream. It's currently 9:12 right now. Probably do it for an hour. Let's have some tunes here. Let's see. Play some music for you all. Hopefully you'll all hear it. There we go. Hello. Oh, I see what's happening. There we go. Some nice music as we lay in bed tonight and chat about the meetup. Call room service. I'd love to send a port. Don't do it. Show Zeno. No, Zeno's all packed up and ready to go. I have like a huge suitcase full of random components. Zeno will be shown possibly on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday is usually my porting with ports, but we should have a Zeno live unboxing on Tuesday. I still have to edit like the whole meetup video, but you guys will see all of the events that transpired. Yan wants a tease. It's so much effort to like unpack, so I'll just do it on Tuesday. All right, let's talk about some of the stuff I saw at the meetup. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, there was a Vancouver, Canada meetup today. This was actually my very first international meetup. It's funny that it happened on a Sunday instead of a Saturday, which I feel most meetups occurred. It was held at a university in downtown Vancouver. I believe there were over 200 people in attendance. And in terms of the venue, I think this might be one of my favorite venues of any meetup that I've been to. But yeah, let's go talk about some of the boards that I saw. People are so fast on their postings. So basically, if you guys want to follow along, we will be looking at an album that someone literally just posted like 2 hours ago, I think. Here we go. We're just going to go through some of the boards that I saw at the meetup. Feel free to ask questions about them. I feel like I actually got to see every board this time around. Let's see. Boom. All right. Here we go. This first board that you're seeing here is a KBD 8X Mark II. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, I think out of any meetup I've been to, they had the nicest cards that would tell you what the board was. Check this out. You've got the keyboard name, key set name, keycap profile, switch type, how heavy that switch was, what kind of lube, and other info and Discord username. I thought that this was super helpful. Janky Render says, good meeting you today, Teha. Yes, for sure. Yeah, Seattle absolutely needs this kind of placard. Maybe we'll have it at this coming summer meetup. But yeah, this was actually the first KBD8X that I've ever seen, or at least that I remember seeing. There were two of them at the meetup. I suppose we'll see the second one shortly. But yeah, check this out. It's got Kuroshiro on it, which is a PBT set, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just gonna go. We might not go through all the keyboards, maybe just some that I thought were really cool. So one of the boards that I brought was a Sirius 60. This is the other Sirius at the meetup. It's running GMK Mizu, Roselios, 67G, and 205G G0 lubed. It was nice seeing another Sirius. Actually, if you guys remember, I have a prototype Sirius. This is actually a production Sirius. And you guys must forgive me if I'm not up to date on all of the chat, since I'm running this all on one screen. OBS, what I'm looking at here in Chatterino. So hopefully I can talk with everyone here. Yeah. Here we go. Here's another one. This is a Zephyr. Yeah, Zeal was at the event. For those of you who don't know, he is native. He's a local to the Vancouver meetup. This board is peculiar. I've never heard of an R96 until today. And this made me regret not having GMK Shoko. So yeah, this is it. GMK Shoko. Really wish that I would have bought it. What are the symbols next to the switch type? I assume one is, check it out. One is cherry, one is Alps, one is low pro kale, and one is Topra. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. Here's another one, TX84SE. I really love TX boards, and this is no exception. Let's see. It's got Zelios. I feel like a lot of people had Zelios. Maybe because Zeal is local. Here you go. What's this? A Singa R2. This was the only Singa at the event. GMK Oblivion. Oh my gosh. How many of you guys got in on the GMK Oblivion buy? The one that just finished. I almost got in on it because I saw that the price was only 135 bucks. But I wanted like the Hagoromo set for like the white alphas. And if I had bought that, it would have bumped up my total price to 220 bucks. And I'm like, I'm not so sure I want to spend that much on a GMK set. Maybe I'll just wait till the next group buy. Yeah, artisans. What else do you got? Even more artisans. Artisans. Oh yeah, this board here, the Think 6.5. I have so many Think 6.5 PCBs that people have asked me to repair, or I'm porting QMK onto it, which I still have to return to a few people, but this is one of the few polycarbs that I've seen. It actually looks really nice. So I feel like this is a really old set, if I'm remembering correctly. DSA Raindrop. Yeah, DSA Raindrop. Let's see. Billy says, I got Hagoromo Alphas, mixing them with Serica Mekons and Olivia++. Huh, that does sound like nice. Let's see what else. Let's keep going here. You've got your typical HHKVs. Ooh, a canoe. Is this a real canoe? Yes, it is. It's a percent canoe. Okay, not sure if you guys have... How many here have bought a canoe recently? Reason I ask that is they come with two PCBs now. One is the old Bootmapper client PCB, which is now also QMK compatible, but they have a brand new PCB. Like, I've had 4 people message me in the last week saying how to flash this, and I'm like, I have no clue. I don't even know what bootloader is on it or what software they're using, but it's a white PCB. Supposedly made by the same people who made the Think 6.5 PCB. Yeah, just be aware if you buy a new canoe, you might get that new PCB. Helpingly says, are all DSA homing keys like that? Look super uneven. You must be talking about Raindrop. It might not be pushed all the way in because I've got DSA as well, and I don't remember it being this bad. It could just not be pushed all the way in. There we go. I think this is a shoots. I don't know what it is. It looks like a tofu. It's probably a tofu. My tofu looks like it. Here we go. What's this? I don't know what this is either. But this looks like MDA. Oh yeah, it is. This is MDA Big Bone. Even more tofus. Tofu. No, wait, that's not a tofu. What is this? Oh yeah, I've got this set too. This is the set that my wife uses at work. This is EPBT Valentine. One thing about EPBT sets is I feel like their enter key tends to get warped a lot for some reason. Yeah, there's just so many boards there. Ooh, look at all that. Yeah, if you guys watch my upcoming meetup video, I'll probably go into more detail about some of the boards that I really liked. But tonight we're just going through a photo album, checking it all out. Helpingly says the novelties for the Valentine set are really cute. They are indeed very cute. My wife loves them so hot. Jackie Render says, I found it so hot in there. It was so hot in there because I was present. So of course it was. If you guys are like hearing that laughing, it's my wife. She's just lying down in bed next to me, laughing at me. But yeah, I totally agree that it was super hot. This is the first meetup that my camera has overheated. That does not happen at all. But yeah, this is the first meetup that the camera overheated. Merlin has that effect on people. Yan knows it. There we go. Even more artisans. It's funny, I was hanging out with Tiny for a bit. She came over and said hello to us at our hotel. And we just hung out for a bit. She was actually 2 stalls away from me during the meetup. And I feel like she's always been like into the artisan market and stuff. But I don't know, I feel like I talk with artisan makers, but I don't really buy many artisans, you know? Janky Render says I was sweating. Yeah, same with me. Same with me. Look at this. This is so cute. I don't even know what this is. I'm not well versed in 40% boards. I know the one on the bottom is an HHKB. Look at that. Oh, this must be the Timo. Timo V1, I believe. Yeah, because I saw Kelly there. Kelly's one of the designers for Timo. Cool. What else? What else? Oh yeah. So a couple people had OEM boards. They had, I think this is Cooler Master. Yep, it is. Cooler Master Quickfire TKL. You know? I think I saw a Razor there too. Yeah, look at all that shine on the keycaps, guys. Dang, this is a very well-loved board. Very well-loved board here. CM Quickfire. That's not Cherry. No way. No way is it. Vancouver Nam says Vancouver, Washington. No, Vancouver, Canada. Yeah. Yeah, that's no way that there's cherry. No way. That's OEM. So then, let's see. Lube, no idea. If only. Switch type reds. It's a production keyboard, but I like it. That's funny. That's funny. Ooh, oh yeah, this was one of my favorite boards at the meetup. This is a Duck Octagon V3. I think the group buy ended not too long ago, and it shipped out pretty quick. It's running GMK Striker. I used to have an Octagon V2. Totally loved it, totally loved it. The thing that got to me was that the angle was like, what, 11 degrees, and typing on it was too painful for my wrists. Like I couldn't even put cherry on it. Like cherry was still too high. I believe I used it with DSA and like XDA. Here we go. We had some keyboard bell boards as well. This one's a, what is it? Keyboard bell 1985 purple with, is that Matthias? No wait, that's not. It's Faye something. And it's for sale apparently. I guess if it hasn't sold yet, you can contact this person. Okay. All right. This is probably the most unique DIY build that I've seen. It's a custom PCB that's wireless and it's full size. It even comes with a rotary knob. Look at that. Vancouver Nom says, how do I keep updated? There is a Vancouver Discord server, and if you go on Reddit right now and search for meetups, like mechanical keyboard meetups, they should have that list fairly updated. Yeah, just pay attention to that. It's been, let's see, when was the Vancouver meetup announced? I feel like October. Like they announced it in October. They started selling tickets not long after that. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, this one. Grid 600. So I have a grid in the same color and actually even in the same colorway, so this is funny. Except my top is black and it's got the flash module with all of the RGBs on it. When I first looked at this, like in pictures and like renders, I thought this was just like, you know, like an optical illusion. But no, this is not an optical illusion. Those are actual ridges. If you put your hand over it, it's like little grooves and all that. Yeah. That's one of the better looking Grid 600s. Yeah, I know, man. Like that pink really stands out. It's really nice. Let's see what's on it. GMK minimal. Don't vote. With holy pandas. Oh, very nice. Grid 600. Here we go. Even a close up of it. Very pretty. Very pretty. The only thing I don't like about the Grid 600 is that it's still tray mount. Like even though you can remove the posts in the middle especially, and there's like padding underneath it, it's still a tray mount board. It's an expensive tray mount board. I think retail it was, or at the start of the group buy, it was $285. I personally don't think you should spend more than $200 on a tray mount board, and $200 is like upper limit still. The pink had a bunch of horizontal scratches. Oh really? I didn't even notice that. Here we go. Speaking of tray mount, Tada 68. You don't really see too many of these around anymore. Let's see. What's on it? Alias KBD PCB for USB-C. Oh, okay. So it's still a Tada 68 case, but he wanted USB-C, so it's KBD 65. Very nice. Very nice. So one thing I like about the Tada 68, especially with the stock PCB, is that flashing, quote unquote, is super simple. You basically put your board in reset, then you drag and drop your firmware file because it shows up as a hard drive. The only gotcha with that is if your firmware file is too big, you end up bricking your entire board. So you have to delete the existing firmware file on the PCB and then put the new one on. That's like the biggest gotcha with this board. I'm hoping to potentially port it to VIA, so you could just, you know, drag the VIA firmware on it, or the VIA enabled firmware on it, and you won't ever have to do that again. We'll see, we'll see. Let's see, what keycaps are these? Tada 68 PBT. Ah. Okay, what else? Vortex Poker 3. Dang! Didn't think I'd ever see one of these at a meetup again. Holy cow. What's this? I think this looks like SA Ice. Yeah, PMK. Yep. SA Ice Cap. The Glacier 1? I don't even know what this board is. Interesting. Ooh, another MDA Big Bone. GK61 Hot Swap. Ooh. Another HHKB. And this is a E6.5. This is the first E6.5 I have ever seen in person. It looks a lot better than... Okay, so it's funny because all I ever get are PCVs from people. So finally seeing it in a board, I'm like, oh, not bad. That looks pretty good. Jan says, if you eject it, it bricks board too. That's terrible with the Tada 68. Lufa USB storage is caca. Absolutely. Let's see what else is here. GK64. Ooh, okay. This is probably one of my favorites too. So what you're looking at is a KBD75 PCB in an XD64 case, or in an XD84 case. If you guys remember my review oh so long ago, I had the XD64 case. And the benefit of this type of case is that number one, it's cheap, and number two, it's top mount. Like, I think this might be the cheapest top mount in existence. It's like less than $100 for a top mount case. The gotchas though are, I believe with this board in particular, there are only 4 mounting points. One below the F3, one below the F11, one below the X, and one below the greater than symbol. There's only 4. So what that means is these sides, like this rightmost column here and the leftmost column, if you press hard enough on them, you basically have so much flex. But other than that, it's still top mount. That's nice. This is real smart. So what this person did was, in order to show all of his lighting goodness, he just attached it to a power bank. And I believe they lasted the entire meetup. I think I might do that next. Here we go. Here's another OEM board, Ducky 1 TKL. So supposedly Ducky boards can be, well, QMK can support Ducky boards. So far it's only been tested on the 60% Ducky, but because the TKL is similar in architecture, it's possible on this too. But there are some issues in terms of licensing. That's why you guys haven't seen it in the QMK repo yet. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Man, this is super shine. The U and the I, the G and the H, and the B and the N. Super shiny SA. Let's see, here we go. Here's another one. AEK, or Alp 64. Ooh. I think that's from Space Cat. A White Fox from Input Club. This is a... What is this? Can't even read it. But I think it's the... Oh, it's the IO3. It's a lunar. Yeah. I like this. I actually tried to get this at one point because if you guys remember, there wasn't... Like the manufacturing went to hell. So they were selling like B stocks and C stocks for a very long time. Like I think you could... Like the cheapest you could get, like it was like C stock, was like 160 and you would get the board. The only gotcha is that you need to have 2 key sets. Because just one single AEK was not enough to populate this. You needed 2. And here we go, it's another Tofu. Tofu with MT3 Godspeed. Let's see. Ooh, look. Keyblade with the Zlant. Keyblade. There we go. This is a Space 65. Very nice. What's this? This is a clue board. Oh no, it's not. It's a Leopold FC660M with SA's Symbiosis. That's actually really pretty. So many boards. That looks like another Tada. Oh no, it's just a Tofu. Oh yeah, it is. It's a Tada 68 with EPBT Sushi. Oh my gosh! Guys, this is literally the first hot swap board that I ever bought. I was still... Oh gosh, this must have been like 2016 or something. 2016, 2017. Hot swap was starting to become a thing. And I found this board from AliExpress for 50 bucks, so I bought it. I still have it, but it's in pieces because I took it apart to figure out how it worked and did a few tests with it. Jackie Randers says, you were surprised to see the number of younger people. Well, that's good. That's good that we have younger people in this hobby. What's this? This is another KBD8X. We got like a few vintage boards too, I guess. What's this? The Model FXT. I actually don't remember seeing this at all. It must have been in one of the corners or something. But I swear I walked around everywhere. Here's another Lunar. And this, the TX CP-V2. It's probably one of my more favorite boards. This key set is GMK Metropolis. For for me, the renders didn't really make it look good. But seeing it in person, I'm like, I wish I totally wish that I would have bought it. See that? That's so pretty. And TX boards make it look so nice too. What's this? A DC... A what? Oh, it's a DO60. That's actually a PCB, not the keyboard. Alright, we're halfway through. Ooh, what's this? This is an FMJ80. Wow, that is not a board that you see very often. Let's see. Okay, this looks like a Zephyr. Yep. Okay. So some of these boards, you see like little rings on them. So the way that the Vancouver meetup does it is there are like everyone who enters gets 4 stickers, and they're like the green, the blue, the yellow, and the red. And what you do is you go visit everyone's boards and you put stickers on everyone's placards. And basically it's like, for example, the red one is best in show, the green one is best budget build, the yellow one is best DIY, and the blue ones here that you're seeing here, for some reason, I have no idea why this is a category, but it's best zeal shill. So of course it goes on boards that Zeal made. I was highly tempted to like take my sticker and just stick it on Zeal himself. Like on his head. Just like bam, there, you are the best Zeal shill. Zephyr was underwhelming. I never bought one. Oh yeah, okay, so Seattle represent right here, guys. So these are all 40% from Jetpack Tuxedo. It's funny, he just bought 3 bags, but because he's like Mr. 40%, all of these fit in his 3 little bags. And I'm actually here, if you look at the top right, this is where I'm at. You can see my KBD 67 Mark II in that corner. So hopefully the next photos are me. Oh wait, it's still 40s. The Jetpack Tuxedo, 40%, 40%. It's Bounty Hunter. Very nice. There we go, here's me. That's my KBD 67 Mark II. If you guys are wondering what desk mat this is, I have no idea. I just know that from my previous experience at the Seattle meetup, all of the tables were metal. So I was concerned that if I put my boards on them and someone doesn't pick them up right, or I don't pick them up right, I'll end up damaging the bottom. So I'm like, oh, I'll just buy lots of desk mats. But desk mats are 20 bucks, right? Novelkeys sells B-stock desk mats for $7. So I bought a bunch of these and I used the Top Clack discount code. If you guys want to use my discount code, if you go on Novelkeys and use discount code WIZARD, you will get 5% off your entire order, minus group buy and pre-order items, but everything else 5% off your entire order if you use discount code WIZARD. But yeah, this is my board, KBD 67 V1 or Mark II RGB V1. And look at this, look at this. First to run via. Well, it's the first KBD 67 Mark II to run via. Let's see what else is here. Here we go. Here's my Sirius 60, courtesy of Project Keyboard. This is my prototype. If you guys remember that stream, I had to manually cut some of the pieces just to make my PCB fit. Alabama Ooh says, "What's a good cheap mic for recording sound tests?" I'd say any of those mics you can get from Best Buy, like the Blue Yeti and stuff like that. Those should be fine. Jackie Render says, "Big sad. Those dust mats were quite ugly, but they serve a purpose." That is exactly why I bought them. I needed something that would serve a purpose. Cozy thought for sure you were gonna see some blood on the stream. Wow, I am very proficient with cutting things with an X-Acto knife. Here, this is my other board, the Clue Board 66 low profile. Yeah, do you guys remember I used this as my test board for Tangerines versus Gateron inks? So what I did here is everything up till the G key are Tangerines, and everything else was Gateron ink. And even in that noisy environment, I could hear the Tangerine over the Gateron ink. Because Tangerines are just like the UHMWP tends to make it sound more high-pitched and stuff. Here we go. I brought this to the Seattle meetup as well. One of my favorite boards. It uses a Keyboard Bell 3D printed case with original AEK2 keycaps, and it's the same switches that those keycaps were paired with, SKCM Orange, and a Martin Watt Plain 60C Alps Edition. Let's see. Okay, not my boards anymore. But yeah, this is probably Jetpacks. Yep, still Jetpacks boards. All his 40%. And this was literally the stall right next to mine. Very, very Godspeed heavy. I believe this was the MT3 and the XDA. Is that XDA? No, that's not XDA. That's still MT3. 2 sets of MT3. Very nice. And here we go. There were 2 tables that just ordered their boards in terms from lightest to heaviest. So the lightest board in their whole group was the Heavy 6. Followed by a stainless steel board. A stainless steel Heavy 6. Followed by a all brass Orange 75. Followed by a 60% concrete board. Yeah, this thing was 13 pounds. Okay, so I'm just going to go back really quick. This was like 6-ish pounds. This was like 7-ish. Oh, no, this was 9 pounds. This was 10 plus pounds. And this one was 13 pounds. 13 pounds. Keep in mind, a Key Cult number 2 with the entire brass bottom is only roughly 8 pounds. So that would fall between the Heavy 6 aluminum and the Heavy 6 steel. Yeah. So expensive. Is this a bodybuilder Keeb? No, it's not. He's actually kind of skinny, I'd say. But it's funny because he just kept this in like an IKEA bag. He was carrying it around after the meetup. But yeah, look at that. That is so thick. So thick. And yeah, he's actually a keycap maker. Look at that. Another Kinesis. Okay, guys. This is probably my favorite Apple board. Just because, I don't know. I just like the layout so much. There we go. Some split boards. Another AEK. That one I actually didn't see. Huh. Look at that. Just going through them. Ooh, what is this? This is a stowaway portable keyboard. What? No way. That's pretty cool. What is it running? It folds up. I have no idea. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. There's another Space 65. There's an Alice. Yeah, that's an Alice. No, it's a Lubrigante. It's a DSA Scientific. Very nice. It's a Plonk. Plonk. Okay. I don't see these very often, especially ones made out of wood. Ergodox Infinity. Cool. Very nice. Oh, guys. So if you guys don't know, Ducky has these year of the whatever keyboards. So every year, every Lunar New Year, they come up with a new board. So this one was last year's board. Year of the Pig. It's a 60%. It's an FC 660 with 3 keys instead of just 2. Pretty unique, but the keycaps look utter garbage. From like what I read, they hired this calligraphy expert to make the legends for them, but it just, look at that. That just looks so ugly. Here we go. A couple boards. What's this? Oh, it's a GMMK. That's very cool with the famous pudding keycaps. Pudding keycaps. I think GMMK is like the best board to get people into the hobby because it's cheap. It's cheap and it's hot swap. And if you wait for like holiday specials like President's Day even, which is happening tomorrow, you can get like up to 40% off. So some of these boards, even like the full-size ones, you can buy for just $70, you know, and that's really, really good. Like they go on sale so frequently. They're not the best boards. Like I hear that their stabilizers are completely crappy. Look at that, it's funny. Best budget board. So the greens are best budget and blue is best Zeal shill. So I don't know why. Does it have Zelios on it? Is that why? Jailhouse blue. It doesn't even have anything Zelio on it. They put blue. That's funny. Blue Luster says, learn to lube today at the meetup. Now I'm lubing switches while chilling at my stream. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming to support. And I will definitely not be like, this stream will probably finish before you finish lubing. Because we're already three quarters in. Here we go. Here's a Clavier. Clavier 60% with Holy Pandas. Very nice. With Kuroshiro. When the switches cost more than your key, I know, right? Look at this one. This one I thought was really interesting. The Pocket Voltex. So 2 rotary knobs, 4 MX switches. Well, these are also MX switches. I don't particularly know what it's used for, but I've seen it around. Maybe it's for like a rhythm game or something. Who knows? Here we go. Here's another Alp 64 board. And yeah, it's... So when I first looked at this board at the meetup, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it's a key cult. That's really cool. And then I just kept looking at it. I'm like, I've seen that before. Turns out the person who brought it is the same person who was at the Seattle Winter Meetup. So I said hi to him. Turns out he just drove up here as well. He's like, oh, I just bought this key cult, and I brought my what? Yeah, it's like Alice as well. So he did not bring his 60%. His number one, just a number two. Osu Keeb, says Yan. Let's see, what's this? This is another tofu. So many tofus at the meetup. Tofu 65. So much tofu. Ooh, it's a Fiel. Fiel R4. I have a Fiel R3, so I don't really know what the difference is between the two. GMK Eclipse. Okay. Let's see. What's this? GMK Hamon? Hamon! On a GH60 bronze. Really? Interesting. Zeal Silence V2 67G. Look at that. Another polycarb case. PC Del. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the salamander that we were talking about earlier. Lunkable says, notice you blow through splits, not real keyboards. Absolutely, not real keyboards at all. I did actually talk about two of them, but it's also 9:58, so just trying to get through this entire this entire album. Let's see. The salamander. What's on this? This is matcha. Matcha phase. Very cool. And GMK Hyperfuse. Wow, some of these photos you can really see where the shine is happening. Like you can see it on the H and on the T. Super shiny. Botanical Keyboard says, I just traded with the person in the photo with the keyboard bell. Nice. Very nice. Oh look. It's a Space Saver. It's an SSK. I guess there were more vintage boards than I counted. Here we go, the Q. Very nice. What is this? An LZMP. This is a board you don't see very often either. Looks like people voted best in show. I feel like the LZMP looks nice, but it looks fairly standard. But then again, I think most TKLs look alike. So yeah. Jackie Ryder says, the board's owner was like my age. Very nice. Here we go. Here's another Voltex. What's this? Tofu 65. So many tofus. Yeah, speaking of tofus, if you guys want to buy a tofu, you can only really get it from KBD fans. And as you know, coronavirus is currently wreaking havoc on China. So expect any order from China that you do, keyboards or whatever you order from China, to take probably another month from when you buy it, if not more. That's cute. Look at this. Kitty cats. It's a Varmillo custom board. I feel like Varmillo makes some of the nicer OEM boards out there. I've kind of low-key been wanting one. Yan says, I saw a Matrix TKL today. There was a mini meetup in San Jose. Nice. There's also J01. Dude, I feel like most of the J01s are in America. But then again, most of the keyboard community is also in America, so that's probably why. Another tofu. So many tofus. Another KBDX Mark II. Okay, guys. This is a set that I highly regret not buying. It's also being run by Play Keyboards in Taiwan. This is DSA Peking Cat. So everything on this is DSA and PBT except for the spacebar. The spacebar, I believe, is a custom Taihao thing, and it's ABS. Actually, it's ABS, and I think that the cat is printed on, but I still want it because it's so cute. Let's see. More artisans. I don't understand why these are up there. Don't touch. See, it says don't touch. Don't touch artisans without permission. Another fail. No, wait, this isn't a fail. This is it's a DC60 with the 1UP HSC. Very nice. If you guys don't know, the 1UP HSC now also supports VIA. So if you have that board, check out VIA. Okay, so out of any keyboard I saw at the meetup, I thought this had the best color match. This is a Koyu, a Rama Koyu with heavy industry, and I forget what this color is called, but I just thought it was such a good match. I kept coming back to this board. This is owned by Ash Keebs, I believe. Oh yeah, Ash Keebs. So Ash Keebs did the lubing workshop at the meetup, and he was also selling a lot of lube. So I bought some lube from him. Here we go. This is also his board, a PC ANSI. Look at that. PC ANSI. And that's it. That's the end of this. Here, let me copy and paste it. If you guys want to see more of those photos, definitely check it out. All these photos were courtesy of a gentleman named RobotRogue. So check out those pictures if you want. Yeah, a lot of... I believe these are all the keyboards at the meetup. All the keyboards and a lot of the artisans. So definitely go through all of them again if you guys want closer pictures of them all. Yeah. So let's see. At the very end of the meetup, there was a typing test. So they were doing Type Racer, and there were two tests. Like the first test, you could just bring your own keyboard and just type as fast as you can. And the top 4 people got to compete with each other in front of everyone. Like your screen was projected onto this large display. The other test was they had their own keyboard for you. Basically, it was your typical 60%, but the keycaps were all different profile. So you would have like Cherry, you would have SA, you would have XDA, like basically all over, and you had to type on that. It's funny. I think the fastest typer on it only hit 108. I was only able to do 80, so not as fast as I would have liked. And yeah, so you could win prizes based on how many people voted for you. You could win prizes based on your ticket number. You can win prizes on how fast you typed. And yeah, there were random giveaways as well throughout the whole thing. But this is probably one of the nicer meetups that I've been to. Just that lots of activities that you could do, like especially if you're new to the community. you know? Like they don't have soldering workshops like we did in Seattle, but they had a lot of other relevant workshops too. One thing I didn't like about this particular meetup is that you couldn't, like, you had to line up outside in the rain before you could get in. So everything opened up at 1 o'clock, but if you showed up earlier, you were kind of just lining up outside the building, you know? So I know this is the first meetup that I've been to where it's like that. Every other meetup I've been to, there was at least shelter that you could line up in. To be fair, most meetups were also held in public spaces. This was a university, so I guess not not everyone can just go in. Janky Render has corrected me. He says the fastest was 125. Really? 125? I thought 125 was on the non-cursed board. Because 125 on the cursed board with all the random profiles seems a little too high. Because 125 is like what? That was 125 is like around how fast most enthusiasts who are considered fast type. That's way too fast for the cursed board. Are you sure? It says there was a Starbucks across the road. That is what I ended up doing, actually. I just hung out at the Starbucks there. Let's see. Let's see. All right, guys. It's about 10, and we have gone through all of the pictures in this album. Once again, definitely check it out if you guys want to look at all the boards again, courtesy of RobotRogue. But yeah, we are leaving for Seattle tomorrow morning. My wife still has to go to work, so we'll be leaving quite early. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining in on the stream. And I'm gonna go to bed. I'm literally just gonna take off this hat and go to bed. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. For those of you who were at the Vancouver meetup and for those of you who helped set it up, thank you for an amazing experience. Looking forward again to the next Vancouver meetup. All right, guys, have a good night, and I will see you this coming Tuesday for another Porting with Ports. I'll be porting another board into VIA. But until then, have a good rest of your week, and happy President's Day if you're here in America. Bye-bye.